the theme they we then put for um, the month of January and February. We'll just conclude. We'll start off with the person from the ministry and in the Information and Communication Department. On this, I welcome you again, Condor. Good afternoon. Welcome to the program Inside Salon Tourism.
Yes, good afternoon, Jaffa. Good afternoon, me people. I'm out there.
Okay. Unlike Gambia, Salon, plenty people don't know about waiting at tourism and the importance of tourism. But let's start from that lens there before we come to the work with the ministry they do. Tell Fambulem.
Yes, just like I say, I'm not going to say people you don't know about tourism, people you know about another other kind of skill day we want for lady. That kind of national awareness where any side you go, any corner we pass, anybody we talk to, especially people where they come up from other countries, them for camp. If they talk to people, to everybody go able for tell them in depth or we go able give them detail analysis about the tourism sector, which you get for offer, the different attraction then all over the country. Not to every Sierra Leonean go able for explain that to people where they can na the country. So for able for bridge the gap and for able for let people know about the sector more, for them able for speak to the issues them with regards tourism, the attraction the way we get, and the different beautiful places them way we get for visits na the country. Now that's make where the new minister will get when Madam Nabila Tunis we come, what he do for able for get people and for aware about tourism, for get people and for be interested in tourism. He initiates what we call what we all now they refer to as the Tourism for All campaign. Now a campaign we aim for intensify the awareness about tourism and for also get people and for get interest about
So
tourism.
before we come to the campaign, tell Pambulem the importance of tourism. We make government don't give more strength to that sector in the country.
Well, we all can attest to the fact that tourism is very important and it amount for plenty jobs to them all over the world. And salon, if like how we don't continue for take them serious, so if we continue in that part day, we go able for curb and on employment to a very large extent because say tourism now an industry where they employ both the educated, the skilled, and as well as people that will not get that kind of formal education there. And the way we like then go able for instance, the one the way they work on a hotel, guest houses, or the one the way they sell, because where tourists come now your country, it must get for spend money, and then they all the amount to the economy in one way, and it also they boost the businesses them way they, and always they encourage job back for like the one they way they into I'm not gonna say idling, but we not get something for do. But if we get enough tourists them for camp, people them out there, the one the way they even sell water, the one the way they do then other recreational facilities them where the tourists them go interested in it. Example, the one the way they do handicrafts and all souvenirs, and the one they way involved in creative business, then talent them will be sell out and then they go help for engage them and to some extent or to a very large extent adhere to the issue of unemployment.
Okay, in all of them benefits in the way Salon hope for achieve, take me to how the road sound like follow each day as at waiting the previous minister left and waiting on the happening so far.
Well, I can tell you from the previous minister to now, the ministry don't do a lot in terms of pushing the sector go forward. We all know one of the key barriers them to we success na the tourism industry na we repetition out there because for let you tourism go before for let you before attract people and for can you destination one thing we key you forget that kind of international confidence people out there we know they not salon they forget the confidence in them for Canada your country because now only way people come in you go able for realize from the sector. Although yes, if domestic tourism like how we want for boost them, If instead they thrive, we go able for get there. But international tour visitors, then they play a very key role for push the sector go before. So waiting the ministry don't they do from the past minister to now, we don't engage in some aggressive international campaign for not only erase the bad repetition or the bad publicity where they out there about Sierra Leone, but for also for tell people na the international community say Sierra Leone na a country we peaceful, we ready for business, we hospitable. So now that message we always they preach, we will go out there.
Okay, plenty. Thank you for where you give that contribution there. See, Nabi Musa don't be quiet for a while. But again, good afternoon. Welcome to the program, Mr. Salon Tourism.
Yeah, good afternoon, Jeffrey. Good afternoon,
Okay,
listeners.
now, as a civil society organization, before we come and look at how the tourism sector turn like so far, take us through una work at this sector so far.
Center for Awareness and Participation in Tourism, a tourism civil society organization for the first in this country. Me, when they talk to you, I mean, a tourism professionals with over 20 years of experience in the field. So, I limit fit say we all not go operate in one basket. So, as a professional, I decide for establish this organization in 2020. So, we go into the fourth year now. And the essence for this organization is for, let us see, for bridge the gap between the local communities where the tourist product in there and the investors, the government, that we talk about the Minister of Tourism and the National Tourist Board. Because it is very important for not say the people away who say then tourist product there and they like the beach, the rural setting there where they get the natural atmosphere, they know can understand what actually it takes for benefit from them product they they get. So we come as a civil society for create the awareness, for know the importance of them product and they get. If they all them fine, then develop them, maintain them, it will take them off from the poverty circle then they because we very well aware that it is very possible that if they involve into tourism activities within what they get in the vicinity, their life will become better. So we try for come for bridge this gap for create the awareness. So then we own the products we then get at the community. And also we try for see for bridge the gap in terms of policy, where it is important that for established policy where they tailor the activities of the tourism businesses in their communities then they so we dey guide them say well if for instance somebody one can invest what is stand for benefit you now the person will get the product so that corporate social responsibility we dey guide them and how them for will own their beaches their natural setting so that it becomes sustainable it will do for years to come because we don't see say for instance in the western area like River Number Two, John Ube and others, a lot of sand mining they go on at their environment and which is not good. For the moment, yes, they will get the money, but it not could take them for them picking a wood and not burn it. So we did tell them say, now this beach wanna get so if we pull this sand out there, we will get money today, but next tomorrow we not get money. We picking them go burn, they not going to benefit, what we will benefit so and it will damage our environment. Water they come, it will pull on our host them, our business there. So this awareness now they do to them communities there in collaboration with the Minister of Tourism. Because when we establish, we get an MOU with the Minister of Tourism and Cultural Affairs that now this we want for do. And then say, yes, it is important that they need everybody on board for let tourism go before.
So, with regards to the reception of all the message there, remember, livelihood and sustenance now something where every human not a joke with because it depend on them. But then, even though they do it legal, but una can come in for play una your role. I see they talk about policies them for una go put for structure certainty in them. How the reception on like in all of this from both the ministry's perspective the public owner can talk to on some illegal thing there?
Well, honestly speaking, it is very difficult, especially the communities, because they don't get the foresight on what they stand for benefit in terms of tourism, revenue generation, employment, standard of living, you know. So when you go to and say, stop for mine this sand, maintain the beach, so you go to sell, the small business will get. If tourism boom at this area, people they come, your business they grow, you go get employed. Like river number 2 is a case study. We go river number 2, you dey pay for go inside. For parking motor car, then they secure am for you. You want chair, you dey rent. Then they make them community food them, then the people then they buy am. So then they don't get the awareness. So that is why number 2, they really mind Sunday. But the other communities, they wouldn't still day into the act because they feel say wouldn't go today and pull sand and get money. They able get what they eat. Certainly so, yes, to some extent it is true. And they don't depend on for long. So we come in now as an organization with the country and say, yes, we not only by this sand mining for a long time, now they will not survive. But honestly, if we not maintain this beach, and we give the case study like river number 2, where they are aware of how they benefit. Say, una maintain this beach, una make them decent, clean them up, una begin encourage una youth them, make them do some activities who will attract people for Canada the beach, and that would be better for una and picking the one and not burn it. Because the essence where we they look at, not for you, the man, till they go pull the sand, you sell them, you make money. That's not the essence. Tourism, day for generation yet unborn. And that is we are one of the things because we encourage responsible tourism for generation yet unborn. So we tell them it is difficult for accept at the moment. But you know one thing, when you say sustainability, you have to be persistent in telling somebody the truth all the time. You don't go once off. You get for the tell and the reality. And you get for tell something where they see what they tell them. So it is true. You get an example. So it guide them. And what you get for do so as well, you also get for help them, for empower them, how for they able to develop that in community day, like for create added facilities. Because most of them beach and you go there, you want for use the restroom, it is not available. So sometimes people are really scared for go there. Let nobody go eat something, you better run. And it is very unhygienic for them to go to the water and go do anything way, use for do outside. Okay. So even in the ministry, we they come closer to them and tell them, say, these are some of the things we need for partner with the communities. Now we go to call community-based tourism. Then within that community, and therefore able to take responsibility, so a good day, because we expect the Minister of Tourism for go look over Laka Beach, for say, now we can't put toll gates now we want pass they pay. No, they're not going to sustain them. The only people who go to sustain are the people who did and the community people who did it, and they're able to do that. So the money when they generate, then we will even put them back for maintain the bit. So okay. These are some of the things they would collaborate between the communities and the Ministry of Tourism.
Okay, now before we come now for can look at the issue of focus way now the theme where the ministry don't they do, we get this BNTM one activity where we look at one issue. Also, the Ministry of Tourism and then partner them go now the international trade fair, and after that they become for update the people them. Also, one pan the top operator them, Alia Ali Kagbo, being call on government say if the Ministry of Tourism gets into the party business with Germany, that's good for make Salon begin get 80,000 tourists them from Germany. I'll be put this report together. We will listen how the update's been like. In 1966, authorities in Germany been decide for the organized international trade fair event na Berlin inside March every year. From that day to now, this event done together 180 countries in the world for talk about team them na the tourism sector and self-market cultural value them for help get to the global travel industry. Salon na one pan the 180 country them we been take part na this year trade show when na for sake of this make the tourism ministry after this event be engage the media for tell the public but how this event been turn like for the country. Fatma Hamida Hamid Keu, the general manager for the National Tourist Board, explain more.
So Sierra Leone was there. It was a 3-day event, and then we started. The first 2 days is B2B. B2B, of course, the business meetings. We had very rich meetings, and the second day, which is the day we put aside, allocated for the Sierra Leone Day, where we showcase Sierra Leone culture in both food, drinks, and of course our performances. We had a total of about 1,651 visitors that visited the stand, which had never happened.
The general manager continue for talk about one impact where he say this event give to the country. As he say, this event make them able for put priority per salon before other African country them.
So what does this mean to Sierra Leone? It means that people, more interest, we are gaining more gains, more people are getting interested in our destination, and which means that it's a plus for us. I also want to say that at the stand, we also, Sierra Leone is now a full member of ASA. ASA is an association of specialized tour operators that deals with African destination. And Sierra Leone, we are the first West Africa destination that enter ATA. Now I'm hearing that Ghana also want to be part of it.
For make any country begin depend on the tourism sector, private sector investor them get big role for play for promote the country in tourism. We make one pan the private sector investor in the country, John Shallock, when are the president for the Salon Hospitality and Tourism Association, talk about waiting then as private investor them need for the do for able for attract more tourists them na salon.
And to several different types of packages, whether it's heritage or a beach or cultural, whatever the guests they go on. So the operators will develop that and we send it out back to these people. We get for price them in a more affordable way. That would be all these hotels, restaurants around the world operate on digital system. And Strata will probably be signing an MOU with a very big company who will come and support us. All our systems into the digital world, because all the bookings now are done through digital. If Sierra Leone does not position itself as a green destination, we lose out on a lot, and our tour operators then will suffer a lot for people to sell. We have to be more considerate of how we use plastics.
After this statement, Nabila Tunis, when the Minister of Tourism and Cultural Affairs, be make this call to the media for the help for the broadcast and write good thing them about the country, as this is say go help for bring good name to Salon at the international community.
But the most important thing, and what we have been guided by the private sector, those who have invested heavily, into the industry, is selling Sierra Leone as it is, what we have. The authenticity is what is the attractive factor out there. And we're not only using this opportunity to share with you, the outcome of our discussions at various levels, but also to appeal to you to continue to use your networks and your social media handles to post something positive about Sierra Leone, to help us as we try to take, the tourism industry to an enviable position whereby, the country itself would seek to reap the full benefits that the industry itself has to offer.
Alia Ali Kagbo, now one pan the tour operator in a salon. He talk about why the country need for Gitreng to impart business with Germany. As he say, that will help for increase the number of tourists them where they come to the country every year.
ITB Berlin is the biggest market, and as a result of that, the German travelers account for the highest population of travelers in the entire Europe. So if Sierra Leone as a destination can tap into just 10% of that amount, the Germans alone will have something like 80,000 travelers every year. So that is why we see this as an important market, keep going to them. And thank God now they are seeing the reason, they are willing to work with us.
This tour operator continue for make this recommendation on waiting. He thinks say the tourism authority them need for do we go help for Gitreng for make all them tier begin happening.
We are coming back with some of the feedback from our partners, which is, I know there is a sustainable tourism policy. I will just add that the plastic island is stopped and let this group push to ban plastic in Sierra Leone, because immediately we do that, we have 10 times tourists that are going to the Gambia, that are going to Uganda. Next recommendation is to the ministry to talk to government to spend more money in tourism. And also, as we all are, we are having a lot of taxes in terms of the flight. We want government to reduce some of these taxes so that we can have a lot of tourists here.
with this event. Word from the tourism authority them say them go use the experience we then get na this year international trade fair event in Germany for help develop the country in tourism sector. For the Society for Radio Democracy, Jaffa Davis, the report. Well, from that report, the program Inside Salon Tourism, they continue. Don't forget, so if you further listen to this program, we'll get the chance to be part of the program by you go send a text message to the number 077981981. The number again is 077981981. Or go to Radio Democracy Facebook page and join the conversation. So I come to you, Aliyu Kondo. Now,